Question number 4. 3 students asked me to clarify the meaning. List the first name, the last name, and the year born for each dependent of an employee such that the dependent was born the earliest in the company record. Yeah, here, several places confusing. Yeah. So let me clarify it. All right. First, here the first name, last name of the dependent. Not of the employee. All right, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, fine. All right. Yeah, because not of the employee. So that's the first question. Yeah. But the second question, the first name of the dependent given in the dependent table. Then some students have a question about the last name. Yeah. So here for this question, yeah, I understand, why you have the question here. Yeah. So here, the last name, we use the employee's last name. Yeah, so here we make some assumption, the same family name, yeah, dependent, employee. Although we know, yeah, actually some people may argue here, although we know that may not be 100% true for, different countries, different cultures. Now, actually from the country that I came from, not following this assumption. Yeah, so in my country, husband and a wife, use different names, different last name. So wife still keeps the, maiden last name after married, yeah, in my country, yeah. So I understand that could be a problem, right? That could be a problem, yeah. Yeah, but here, this is just an exercise question. So we like to, make things relatively simpler, so we make that assumption. But in the real world, so if we need to develop a web application, something like this in the real world, then we need to consider that factor. We need to consider that factor. So in that means in the real world, you need to create an extra column in the dependent table. Yeah. Just try to address that problem, that particular problem. An extra column should be created with, if the last name is different from the employee's last name, then that last name should be provided. Okay. If Not provided, then we assume same last name as the employees. Only when that column in the real world situation has a different name, then that name will be used. Yeah. So here, just example, in the real world, we need to consider all the possible cases. Yeah. But for this question, so we do not need to worry about that. Okay. And we cannot add another column for the given database, the company database. We just use as is. We cannot do any change on it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so that is this question. So after we make appropriate assumption, so then you need to join two tables: employee table, dependent table. And another question, yeah, as I remember, because here another place causing confusion. Each dependent, yeah. But at the end, the earliest we know only one, right? Earliest, only one. Oh, earliest, probably. How about two dependents? Two could be different dependents, but they have the same earliest, same day, born, same day. That's possible. That's possible. So you can consider that. That could happen. All right. Yeah. The minimum may not be unique. The minimum could be more than one. That could happen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That means, yeah, because some students use the order by limit of one, right? Yeah, think about if order by limit of one, then you only get a one, right? Yeah. But let me tell you, when I do grading, if you just get one, it's fine. I will not take any point off. Okay? Yeah, for this question. Yeah. Because here, we have to do the complex part. Here, this is the basic part. So the basic part, I do not require you to get all the dependents were under the same minimum born date. But if we move to the next round, complex queries, then I may require you to get all the dependents with the same. If the minimum more than one, you need to give me all of them. Later, you need to think about how to do that. Yeah. At this point, this midterm part B, you don't need to worry about that. Okay. Yeah. Whatever way you do, just give me one. That's fine. Yep. Full credit, yeah. But in our homework assignment number 3, our last homework assignment number 3, if you see the similar question, then you need to use that more accurate understanding, more accurate. Okay, the minimum, any number of dependents with the same minimum born date should be selected. Yeah. All right. Yeah, actually, we can do that. Not very complicated. Yeah. Yeah. We will see. There is some way we can do it. Not very complicated. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Oh, chat message. Let me check it. Do we list each dependent of an employee ordered by birthday if they have multiple dependents, or one dependent with the earliest per employee with dependent. Let me read this again. All right. Let me try my best to understand this sentence. We list each dependent of an employee ordered by birthday if they have multiple dependents, or one dependent with the earliest birthday per employee with a dependent. Oh, not, yeah, here, not the, first let me say, not with the earliest birthday per employee. Look at our sentence. Our sentence was born the earliest in the company record, in the whole company record, right? It's not for, dependent, earliest dependent for that particular employee. Yeah. The earliest birthday, we look at the dependents in the whole company. Yeah. So that is, if we look at the birth date, there is only one earliest birth date, right? Yeah, smallest birthday, earliest birthday, only one date. But under that date, there is a possibility there are more than one people as dependents on, was born in that particular date. That's the meaning, okay? Whole company, one date, yeah. Because if we use the, second part understanding, the earliest birthday per employee, then for each employee, you have one earliest, right? Yeah. Another employee, you have another, more than one, yeah, if, earliest, yeah. Not that understanding, all right? So that's why I use that in the company record, telling you the range you should consider the whole company, all right, not one employee. That group, right? Yeah, group by. Some students use that group by that employee. Yeah, yeah. We will also look at that in class. I haven't talked about that group by, yeah, but we will get there quickly. Yeah. All right. So that is this question. Yeah. All right. So for other questions, looks fine. Yeah. No students ask me any question. Only this one. So I just explain to this point. Yeah.
I have a question on number 1, actually.
Number 1. All right, let's go back. All right, yeah. Number 1.
This question here, it says list the names of the employees, the department managers.
Yeah.
Should we also be including the department managers themselves in that list?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, including manager.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Not excluding. Good. Yeah. Good question. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Yeah.
I had a question on number 5.
Number 5. Yeah. Let me see. All right. What's your question?
What did you mean by no repetition or without repetition?
Oh, yeah. Without repetition. All right. Yeah. Without repetition, no repetition, because the supervisor, if I do not say this, the same person as a supervisor could be repeated multiple times. Just distinct, you just, so in your search, in your list result, no record could be repeated. So no row could be duplicated. So all the row values must be distinct. Yeah. Just put that distinct keyword. That's the no repetition, without repetition.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, sorry, there was a confusion with me. So I did the work, but I forget to submit. Can I submit now and get, like, penalty points? Even I am okay with the penalty points. I just forget, I just out of time, so I just realized that I need to submit it yesterday, but I have done. Can I do it?
Oh, not yesterday. Remember, the deadline is today, tonight.
Can
Like
I?
today?
Yeah, can I submit?
Yes, yeah, you can submit. Even the official deadline is tonight, midnight. Usually I have 1 day grace period. So definitely you are in the, you're not late. You're not late. You have plenty of time. Right? Yeah, think about.
Can I submit now? Sorry, I lost the connection.
Sure.
I don't think
you can
that's.
submit now. And because right now still before the deadline. The deadline
Okay.
is midnight tonight.
Oh, it's a midnight tonight?
Yeah, midnight tonight, but everyone still enjoys 1 day grace period. Grace
But
period.
when I go through, it says that it's already locked.
Oh, lock it? Why lock it?
I don't think so. Yeah, it says locked.
Or that
Is it
should
locked?
not be.
Just a second.
That should
Let me
not
check,
be.
okay?
Maybe
I checked the wrong one. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Should be midterm part due Monday, right? Today.
This due tomorrow, so due today, sorry. Yeah.
Although due today, but usually
But until the midnight, right?
Yeah, midnight, right.
All right. I'll do this right away. No worries.
Yeah, right away.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, sorry to mention count my attendance. Sorry, I was traveling out of town, so I didn't realize.
all right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let me check. Are you Salim Thapa? Salim Thapa?
Yes, this is Salim Papa.
Yeah, because I didn't check your name in attendance, so I may need to check your attendance name. Yeah.
Yes, please double check it. Yeah.
As I remember, I didn't check your name. All right, Salim Thapa. All right, and Sarisa. Yeah, I didn't check Sarisa. Oh,
yeah, I joined late.
All right, so Sarisa.
Oh, you mark me present. Okay.
Yeah, I mark. Yeah, I hope I do not miss anyone. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's continue. All right. So we complete this midterm part B explanation. So I move to the next part, our project number 1. First, let me clarify the deadline. Yeah. Some students still ask me about the deadline thing. Yeah. All right. So let me explain the deadline thing first. Yeah. First, we know for this class, the programming also very important. So in my mind, I treat 2 programming projects very important. Although we haven't started the second one, but still I treat 2 programming projects very important. I like all of you go through these 2 programming projects with sufficient experience, because I feel that experience very important. And I noticed some students actually, they do not have much web programming experience. They need that. Yeah. So then I plan to do in this way. For the remaining of the semester, we just have a little more than 1 month. I will try my best to help you. So when you need my technical support, so I will provide you the technical support I can think of. Yeah. You can ask me any questions regarding these 2 projects. Yeah. The second one I will give you quickly. Not too hard, doable, reasonable, But the bottom line is make you get a little more experience. That's important. Okay, a little more experience, web programming experience. Okay, all right. Today I will give you another example, one feature in our project number 1, enter a new role. Today I will give you that example. For those, I know some students, they can do it. For those who already did it, so you don't worry. So you just, because you may have a little more experience than other students, but some students, they really need my help. So I give this example to those students, because those students probably have very little web programming experience. They need to learn from examples. So I give them those examples. Yeah. All right, first, let me tell you these 3 lines for project number 1. Yeah. Here, don't worry too much, even if you do not have much web programming experience. Yeah. And we do not have much time left this semester. But with my help, if you just follow my instructions, you can still complete those 2 projects. Okay? Yeah, just follow my instructions, using my examples, understand my examples. Yeah. But you need to do some work. Yeah. So then you can complete. Yeah. So if you need my personal help, I can start a Zoom session with you. I can tell you how to modify your code. Yeah. Even that. Yeah. All right. First, 3 lines in your mind. First, do not worry too much. Yeah, because you may feel you may not have enough time working on the project. Do not worry too much on that. So here, let me give you 3 lines. The first line already passed, right? November 12th, the Saturday, the first line. This is our original deadline. That is for the 1% extra credit. Okay, yeah. The second line, I added one week, 7 days. All right, 0.5, still half point extra credit. All right, yeah, still, encourage you for those who can complete it in a few days. Yeah, you can take this half point extra credit. Then after that, I like to give you plenty of, very end of this semester, 0 extra and a penalty. Okay, no penalty. Yeah. This means you do not have that, basically the time limit, that should not be an issue, the time limit thing. Okay, yeah. And but do not waste this precious 1 month time. Do not waste this time. I know you are very busy in this 1 month. Everyone is very busy in this 1 month. Yeah, but these 2 programming projects, very important. We need that. Everyone needs that experience. Okay, yeah. So do not skip that. Yeah. Skip at first. The impact is huge. Impact for passing this course is huge. First. Second, for your own experience, also important. Yeah. You need this web programming experience for job market, job search, right? For your career. That's also important. Yeah. So do not make any excuse, just do it. Yeah. Any question, let me know, I will help you. Okay. Yeah. In next week, Thanksgiving break, right? Next week, Thanksgiving break. Show me a message, I will help you fix any problem, technical problem. Okay. Yeah. Just send me a message. I will find time to do a Zoom session with you. Yeah. Actually, take advantage of that break time. Take advantage of that to complete as much work in your programming project as possible. Yeah. But we will another homework assignment. Yeah. Quiz. Yeah. Yeah. In this course, we already have a lot. Yeah. But I plan to reduce one quiz. Yeah. Remember our quizzes from 6 to 5. I reduce one.
Professor,
Yes.
do you know when you'll grade grade project 1?
Project 1. As soon as you assign anyone submit, so I will start grading. So every day 1 or 2. So in that pace. Yeah. I will try my best to grading. Yeah. Yeah. That part should not be. Yeah. Should not be hard. Yeah. Yeah. And I think in my Thanksgiving's break, I can grade, all of you submitted, I can do grading in my Thanksgiving break. Okay. Yeah. Just when you are ready, submit it. Yeah. Yeah. So in my look at this. I have 3 courses this semester. Yeah. Algorithm course, I have 2 sessions. Actually, I have 4 sessions. Yeah. I only give my algorithm 2-session project to my grader. These 2, database and Java, I grade by myself. Yeah. These 2, I grade myself. Okay. So when I see you submit it, there, so new submission, so I will find time to grading. I will make sure every day I can grade at least 1 or 2, Yeah. I try in that way. Yeah. If I have more time, I will grade a few more. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So the quizzes reduced from 6 to 5 now. So that should not be that hard for me. Yeah. I think 5 is already enough. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's those project. Yeah. Then let me show you my project example. I will post it after the class. This feature, one of the features here, this is the code, so the NetBeans. So let me start. I call it university input data. So this example. All right. So when I start, so I already have my database ready. So everything is ready. I just run it. Run. Yeah, so you see, yeah. So that's our old example, but I add new feature, new row. Here, assume we like to add a new row. We click this button, yeah. So certain number of fields added below. So let's enter some number. All right. Okay. Yeah. name. All right. Class. Engineering. Yeah, it's there. See, yeah, that's simple. And for all the tables, look at that. For all the tables, we can do things like that. Yeah, the same pattern. Okay, yeah. So that's one feature. One feature. One simple feature. Yeah. But for some of the students, if you do not have sufficient web programming experience, you may feel hard. Yeah. So that's why I give you this example to move you one step forward. Yeah. Let me explain the code a little bit. Yeah. Here, we only have one PHP file. We modify our old PHP file. In our 3 case study examples, we have that. From there, we just add a little more code. Yeah. For this one, I just add, oh, yeah, so that not this one, okay. This unit input.php. Yeah, all right. Look at this part. Look at the part I add these 2 div elements, all right? At the bottom, yeah. These 2 div elements at the bottom. So that's the new elements I added on this page. The first div element, it contains a blank row of table. In the table, I didn't put any data, so it's a blank row of that table. I just try to align, okay? The reason I use this blank table, I align it with the, upper table. And at the end of the row, I add a button, okay? New row button. I add a new row button. And when you click it, we call add new row JavaScript function. Add new row JavaScript function. All right. And before I look at the JavaScript function, let's look at the second div element. I also put another div element that contains a form because we need to enter our new row data on that line. Okay, yeah. So we put a form, HTML form. All right. But before you click that button, that row, that input field, that row is invisible. So look at this display : value none. That means it is not displayed. It's invisible. You cannot see. Yeah, before you click that button, invisible. All right. Then when you click that button, add a new row, you call JavaScript function to change this CSS property from none to block. When you change to block, it's visible. All right. When you change to none, it's invisible. All right. Yeah. And we make that change in this add new row JavaScript function. So let us jump to the add new row JavaScript function. This is JS. University.js JavaScript function. In this function, look at the add a new row function. All right. So we switch the first div element, we change to none. The second div element, we change to block. Okay. Yeah. The first div element, we hide it. We hide it. Yeah. The second div, we make it visible. Yeah. We make it visible. Yeah. So the users can enter data. All right. So let me just go back to that interface again. You can see, yep. All right. when I refresh it, for the first div element, now it's visible, right? You can see it. All right. The second one, another row below it, invisible. You cannot see it. But when we click this button, we hide the first div element invisible, and we show the second div element. You can enter data. Okay, yeah, all right. Then enter, when you click enter, we submit a form. So let's go back to this form. Yeah, we submit a form, use method post. Yeah, because here we have these field. Yeah. Name 1, 2, 3. Yeah, name, so fields. Yeah, we use the field values name. Yeah. And the value. All right. And enter table row.php. This enter table row.php will be used to insert this new row into the table. Now, back-end processing, enter table row.php. Now, but when I send it, I include the MN, we know the menu number thing, table number of which table we are working on. So we need this parameter. So parameter, I store it as a hidden parameter. Hidden, so you cannot see it. Hidden, but it's available there. Yeah. And when we submit it to the server side, the server side can retrieve this parameter. So we know which table we want to insert our new row. Yeah, so this parameter, we need it. Yeah. But we do not need to show our users. So we make it hidden. All right. Then let's go to the enter table PHP file. Yeah. So you can see enter table. First, we retrieve the MN parameter first. After that, database connection. All right. Then all our tables in the array, yeah, with that MN, that index, we know which table is selected. Yeah, so the selected table name we can get here. All right. Then when we do query, we can get all the columns from the table, right? Yeah. Then, yeah, so we store the column names in this field array. All right. After that, we make these two strings, all fields string, all values string, in order to write insert statement. Insert statement. We make this all fields string parenthesis, yeah, tuples, right? All values string, yeah. Use for loop to make these two strings. Okay, yeah. All right. After that, now these two strings are ready. We can make insert query statement. Yeah. Table name, all fields, value, all values. Yeah. So one line, we make that general insertion statement. Then we just run the query. And at the end, we send it back to the same table. Yeah. Unit import.php with MN equals that same table number. All right. So you see the updated table rows. Yeah. That's the meaning of the code. Yeah. So after you understand, not very hard, understand these programs, you can modify. So when you need to change here and there, when necessary. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, this part pretty close to what we need. So that one feature, new row insertion feature like that. Okay. Yeah. Next time on Wednesday, I talk about the edit, role editing, that feature. That feature a little harder than this one. Yeah. A little harder, so I may feel more students may need my help. Okay, so on Wednesday, I will talk about that table editing feature. Okay, yeah. All right, so that kind of help. With that, I think your project one should not be that hard for you. Okay, yeah, so with those two examples, yeah, I hope you can get your project one quickly. Yeah, but you need to go through, you need to put things together to get a complete solution for project one. Yeah. So then on Wednesday, I tried to make the second project. Second project, you know, similar difficulty. Yeah. Similar difficulty, but I just need to give you a little more experience. Only one project is not enough. You need a little more than that. Okay, but on different database, different topic, different database. Yeah. So I plan to change a different topic. Yeah. All right. Any question for the project? Yeah. Nobody should skip any of the two projects. That's my hope, and I try my best to, you know, make sure all students complete all two projects. Okay, yeah. So I may contact you, you know, I may ask you if you complete, you know, at some point. Yeah. When I do grading, so some students may submit a little earlier, so I grade those students first. After that, when I see some students have not submitted, I may send you messages asking your progress if you need help. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So I may do that. Yeah. All right. So let's move to the next topic. Next topic, yeah, still we need to go back to queries, yeah. Some complex queries. Yeah. We need to learn a few more features. All right. First, nested queries. Now, some students already use nested queries, yeah, but here I like to talk about that. So later, I hope more students can use this kind of structure, nested queries. So what's that? Outer query and inner query, that structure. Two levels, outer query, inner query. Okay, yeah. So outer query, we can assume that is a select from where block. Yeah. The usual structure, but then the difference is in the inner query. Yeah. Inner query, a query within the where clause. Yeah. Where, when we write a condition for the where clause, can we use another query? Yes, we can. All right, that kind of structure, nested query structure. Yeah. More generally, yeah, it could be more general than that. Okay, more general. The inner query can appear in the where clause, the first case where clause. Okay, yeah. From clause, you can also use inner query. From clause, that's possible. All right, yeah, yeah. And the select clause, you can also use in a query. Yeah, 3 different places. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And or other SQL clauses as needed. Yeah. Sometimes you may have other clauses, right? Yeah. Having clause, think about that. Okay, having clause. Yeah. Some students already use that. Yeah. All right. Another important operator, very useful, comparison in operator. I noticed a few students already use it in our, previous assignment. Yeah, in operator. It's very simple. The meaning is as simple as this. The comparison operator in compares a value V, yeah, V, with a set or multi-set value, capital V. Yeah. Could be a multi-set, a set. All right. And evaluates to true if V is one of the elements in capital V. Yeah. When little v is in capital V, then that whole statement is true. So that row should be selected. That's simple. Okay. Yeah. All right. Equal and in operator. Yeah. Even in this in case, there is a special situation that equal can be used when your set or multi-set is a single element set. Think about that. Single element set. Yeah. Then you can use equal. All right. Yeah. If a nested query returns a single attribute and a single tuple, the query result will be a single scalar value. Yeah. In such cases, it is permissible to use equal instead of in. Yeah. That's just the special case of in. The equal. Yeah. But to be safe, using in, safer, single, multiple, you can always use in. Equal, you can only for the single case. You cannot use for the multiple case. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's look at a simple example. This question. Make a list of all project numbers for projects that involve an employee whose last name is Smith, either as a worker or as a manager of the department that controls the project. Look at this long statement, 2 parts. Yeah. Worker part and the manager part. Yeah. Same last name, Smith. Yeah. Lists all the project numbers for projects that involve an employee, last name is Smith. So this part, the first part, not too hard, right? Yeah. But you need to specify 2 roles for that employee, worker role and the manager role. Worker role, the first part, and the manager role, the second part. All right, so let's look at the statement. Look at this long statement. All right. Distinct P number, project. So select from clause, very simple. The harder part is at the where clause. The where clause, there are 2 parts. The first part, P number in a multi-set or set, multi-set. All right. Multi-set. All right. In, all right. Yeah. In what? Project number, yeah. Worker role. So last name, this time. Oh, this is a manager role, right? Because the manager SSN equals SSN. Last name equals Smith. So the first part, the manager's role. So you select in, yeah. Because there is a table for the managers. Yeah. Last name Smith, right? Yeah. The project number, you select all the project number, okay? But that project number, the current person should be in that multi-set, all right? So that's the first part. Second part as worker, so work, last name Smith, works on employee, P number, yeah. That works on table, because that's for the employee. Employee working on project. Employee working on project. Yeah. And the last name Smith. Yeah. Or that one. Or operator. Yeah. These two cases. So that is this example. In. Yeah. All right. And a nested query in operator in this example. Yeah. All right. Yeah, distinct. Yeah. Yeah, because distinct, think about, you go through the whole project table. Oh, yeah. You go through a whole project table. Think about, is the distinct necessary? Yeah. Because when you go through the project table, each project number only appears once, right? Project table, not other tables. The project table, the project numbers are unique. Now, if the project number is unique, do you need to use that distinct, right? It looks like not necessary, distinct keyword here, okay? Yeah. Not necessary, but if you still use that, the performance could be slower. So do not use unnecessary, distinct. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but this one, our textbook use this distinct. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. Join the tables. Now, when I do grading, I saw many different ways to join tables. Now, because we have many different ways to write table join operation. Yeah. And then some students, so they do the online search, and then many times the answers they found probably using the different table join way. So here we can see what are the main difference of those different ways to write table join. Yeah. Implicit table join. Actually, what we use in our class, we use the implicit table join. That means you do not see the join keyword, right? That's implicit. You do not see join keyword. Yeah. But many students, they use the explicit table join because they put the join keyword there. Yeah. Without using the keyword join. Yeah. It's implicit. So still table join. Okay, although we do not see. Yeah. All right. Mixing together all the select and the join conditions in the where clause. Yeah, we know the Cartesian product, right? We do not need that join keyword, Cartesian product. Okay, yeah. Now explicit table join. Yeah. Sometimes explicit table join could be useful for more readability. Yeah. That's an option to get better readability. Some people like to use explicit table join. Yeah. Using the keyword join. Yeah. Separate the select and the join condition. Yeah. The advantage, you want to make the structure look clearer. Yeah. That's why for more better readability. Yeah. So separate selects and the join conditions. Yeah. Move the join condition to the from clause. Yeah. Inside the from, you may have an inner query statement. That inner query statement could have that join keyword. Yeah. That statement. Yeah. All right. In the from clause, specify a table resulting from a join operation. Now, because in that case, the readability could be hard, relatively hard. Yeah, so the people may like to make the structure a little better for readability. Yeah. All right. Help comprehend the queries, still readability issue, right? Because many times when the queries become more and more complicated, it's very hard to understand. Very hard. Yeah. Even for experienced programmers, still hard to follow the logic. Yeah. That happens frequently. Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's look at an example using join the table. Yeah. Our old example, yeah, we used implicit before, yeah, but here we used explicit way. Retrieve the name and address of every employee who works for the research department. Yeah. In the old way, that's pretty simple, two table join. Yeah. All right. Here, tables to be joined, employee table, department table. Yeah. The join condition, yeah, here. Department number in these two different tables with different names should be the same. Yeah. The select condition, yeah, research department. All right. The join the table, yeah. Now we use the explicit. Employee as E, join department. So you see this explicit join keyword. As D on, yeah, you have this on, okay? You add a join, you add that condition on to make the readability, the logic, a little better for understanding. That's the main reason we use the explicit join. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So you can see this way, usually we like to use this way for complex queries, for relatively complex. For simple, we do not need, right? Simple, we just use the implicit table join, good enough. No readability issue. But for complex, we may like to add the structure thing like this. Yeah. So make the structure comprehension better. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh. Yeah. And then you can see the whole statement. From, look at the from part. Yeah, the from part. From part, that's a, yeah. All right, so specify how those two tables are joined. After those two tables are joined, we can use an alias E2 for that new join table. Then, so later you can use that E2 refer to the, different columns, yeah, in E2 table. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's this explicit table join example. Yeah. Attributes of a join. Oh, I only have 5 minutes left. Attributes of a join table. The attributes of a join table, all right, yeah. All the attributes of the first table followed by all the attributes of the second table in that order. Same as our previous understanding, Cartesian product understanding. Okay, the same. Yeah. Use aliases of tables to qualify them. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's easy. Yeah. The next concept called a natural join. Natural join. That concept. Yeah. All right. So what's the meaning of this natural join? a special type of joins between two relations, R and S, they should satisfy some condition in order to use the natural join. Special join type. Yeah, what's that? Under an implicit equijoin condition, equijoin. You know, equijoin. Okay. What's the equijoin? Okay. It tells you there is something equal in those two tables. So what's equal? There exists an attribute in R that has the same name. That's the same name. That's, you know, connect to that thing. Yeah. As one in S. Two different tables. They have this special property. They happen to have this special property. They have one column in each table with the same name. Then you can join under this natural join way, equijoin, with respect to this same name attribute. That's the natural way. So you do not need to specify join condition because it's there. All right. Each such pair of attributes is included only once in the join. Yeah. Only once. Yeah. That's the special. This is, you know, different from our Cartesian product. Our Cartesian product, although those two columns, because they come from two different tables, although they have the same name, but they repeat twice. But this natural join only once. Same attribute, why you need to repeat twice? We can use the one copy of that attribute in the join table. Why we need two copies? Right? Yeah. So this special way, you take away one redundant attribute column, attribute in the result join table. Yeah. All right, now the question. Yeah. Table R has m columns, and table S has n columns. Yeah. And we also know if they can be joined in natural join type, that means the above two conditions are satisfied. The question, how many columns are there in the result table? A simple question. Check your understanding of this natural join concept. Remember, only once, right? Yeah. We know there are two columns with the same name, but you only keep one copy of it. The answer is m plus n minus 1. You remove one redundant column. Okay? This one, redundant column. Okay? We do not need to include two same attribute name columns. Okay? Yeah. So minus 1. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Can any two tables be joined in the natural join type? The first answer obviously is no, right? How do you have that natural join condition? Equijoin, that kind of condition requirement. By default, usually we do not have that kind of condition, right? Yeah. Yeah, but here for the answer, actually, a little more than that. A little more than that. Yeah. Here, without naming, renaming. Yeah. Here, the situation, remember, we have two tables. the department number appear in two different names. In one table, we call it Dino. Another table we call D number. Right? Yeah. We know these two numbers, they are the same thing, but the names are different. Two different names, but they refer to the same object. And we should, you can see, because they refer to the same object, we should allow equijoin happen between these two tables. But with different names, we cannot use the implicit natural join directly. So you need to do renaming. After you do renaming, make these two the same name, then you can do the natural join. So look at the example. Natural join on two tables with different attribute. Let me look at, just last slide, a few more minutes. Assume that the name of the join attributes are not the same in the base relation. Dino, D number, not the same. Renaming, now we need to do extra step, renaming step. As the S word to keyword to rename certain attributes when necessary, so that they are the same. After renaming, those two names must be the same, then the natural join happens automatically between those two tables. All right. So look at this example. Renaming part, look at the renaming part. Department, we know department. If we use the original name, then we cannot do the natural join. So we rename, okay? Especially the department number, we use the Dino to rename it. The older name, D number. So new name, Dino, all right? After renaming, you can see this attribute name the same as the one in the employee table, Dino, also Dino. Then the natural join occurs between these two tables after renaming. Okay, yep. So then the, understanding, obvious, all right. So let me stop right here. And we still, I need to show you a few more features.